Harry here, out for an evening sunset run. The sun is beautiful tonight.
You see them here on my head. And here around my neck. Bone conduction headphones. The question is, are they any good for running or even full stop? With my watch and running belt that makes me look like a middle-aged man, I set off on a run to find out more.
Hello, Harry here, and welcome to a slightly different kind of video on the JOG ON channel. The reason it's slightly different is because today I'm going to do a very casual and brief review of something that I'm wearing right now. As I've been wearing these for nearly a year now, I felt it was only fair that I gave a quick opinion on them if you are looking for something similar. Just recently, a couple of people have been asking me about running with music, podcasts, etc., and what I recommend as a form of headphone.
Hence why I ended up asking you what headphones I should get.
One of those who I mentioned who actually asked me for a recommendation was an old friend of mine from university called Libby.
Do you want me to put them on?
So I gave her my thoughts, gave her a couple of options, and she got some. So the next question, quite simply, is what are these that I'm currently wearing? Well, they're called the Trekz Air. It goes without saying that probably the most unique feature of these headphones is that they aren't going into the ear. They're going around it and sitting just in front of the ear. I'll explain.
Bone conduction headphones transmit sound through a different path to the ear from normal headphones. They send vibrations through the bones in your face to the temporal bone. This temporal bone is the bone surrounding the cochlea, a spiral-shaped cavity important for hearing sound.
Now, these Trekz headphones I've worn both in the car, in the garden, and of course out for running. And personally, they've worked really well. The main positive is the fit. I've tried before big, large headphones.
I had a period of time where I ran in a pair just like these. It was a nightmare because
My ears got very hot when I ran.
I used to run and I'd be like running and then like this just to try to cool my ears down.
Small earphones,
Whether it be Apple AirPods or any kind of little earbud, it just
fell out.
It's the most annoying thing in the world.
I don't know how anyone can run and not have that problem. I don't think I've ever had headphones that just stay in.
So for me, these have been a fantastic alternative in terms of fit. They are generally one size fits all. Trekz does do a mini version if you've got a particularly small apple-shaped head, but for most of us, one size will fit fine. And around the back, the connecting part sits quite well around the neck. They also work, in my experience, absolutely fine with the glasses that I do sometimes run in. So another great question that needs answering is, what is the sound quality like? Personally, I found it to be very, very good considering it's not in my ear. Often people, when they first try them on, are quite surprised. They're kind of not expecting it to sound so good in their head. So let's talk about the main three positives of these headphones. First of all, the fit.
I don't even realise I'm wearing them.
Secondly, the surprisingly good sound quality. And thirdly, the battery life. I've been for multiple runs without recharging these and they just seem to keep going. So you might be asking, what are the negatives? Well, for me, there are two.
The only downside that I've had, my music volume will be right, but then when the person talks to you, it's like a lot louder. That's the only negative I've found so far. What about you?
The maximum volume level.
I would quite like at points just to be able to turn it up a little bit louder, but if you're not someone who needs music too loud, this shouldn't be an issue. At the time of this recording, a pair will cost you anywhere from £80 to £100, so they aren't exactly cheap. Next, a highly unscientific test to see if the Trekz headphones would sit well on my neck, even whilst running quickly. Very quickly.
So just a quick speed test now to see how the Trekz Air handle a few different levels of speed based on times for 5k. This is a 30-minute 5k. We are bang on a 25-minute 5k pace. This is now 20 minutes flat for a 5k. 15 minutes for a 5k. How people hold this for 5,000 meters, I do not know.
The point being, of course, even running hard, the Trekz do not move.
At the end of the day, there are a few negatives, there are some positives. Overall, I really like them, I really get on with them, and they work for me. The decision is yours. If you enjoy the JOG ON videos, hit subscribe. I'm Harry, and this is JOG ON.
I do remember in Portsmouth and I was training for the Great South Run. When I did the Great South Run, actually, I listened on repeat to the Les Mis soundtrack.
That's amazing. I'm trying to picture Jean Valjean as you're coming down the seafront.
Yeah, it was. It's very inspiring music.